Hello everyone. Today in this video we'll be discussing a few things which is regarding the module 4. So these things we'll be discussing with examples. How do we perform this? So first we'll be discussing anchor base. Okay. So what is anchor base? To understand anchor base we'll be using an example. By example only you'll be understanding. So we'll be dragging a sequence here and we'll be storing it here. And after that we'll be searching anchor base. If in theory exam they ask these things, you just have to write in your own words. Okay, so anchor base is stored here. Okay, now what does anchor base do? There is an anchor and there is an action here, so let's fill in that as well, then you'll be able to understand what I am trying to say. We'll be writing find element here in the anchor, and next action will be writing type into. Okay, I've done this much. Okay, now see what I'm trying to do. Find element, if I click on indicate on screen, at that time it is opening this one. Wait, I have to close this one. Wait, I'll remove this. See, I have to open one this website. Okay, means this website is just for um, tutorial purpose. Okay, you can open any website, but by using this website you can easily understand what I'm trying to say. Now see, if I right here take informative screenshot, then it will open me this one. You have to take this highlight this part here, so it will wait, I'll add it again. Okay, see, make sure that behind this screen the Chrome screen should only be there. Okay, then only it will work properly. Indicate on screen and then click on first name. Okay, after you have done this much, then what you have to do is type into. Now observe carefully. We are finding means clicking the first name here. Okay, and after that it should type into the screen. Where it should type, that I will specify here. Okay, now when this much is done, then whatever I want to type, I'll type. So I'll type my name. Fine. Then what it does is, if we execute this file, it will find that element. Okay, wherever I had indicated, it will find, and near that element, the target element. Okay, this one, the input activity. Near the first name tag, where is the input activity? There it will type whatever I have typed here. Now see. What happened is, see, it found this one by using anchor tag, and then it found this one using the nearby, means up, down, right, left. Okay, it found where it can type this one that I had indicated here, right? Type into. So it found out that one, and there it wrote whatever I had written here. So that's what about this one anchor base. Let's move to the next one, which is element exists. Element exists means that we'll be checking if that element exists or not. For that, just search in activity, open browser, and then drag and drop to the sequence. After I've done that, you have to enter any URL. So in this case, I'm entering URL of Google, which I've already copied. And after that, to check if the element exists or not, we'll be writing element exist. So this you have to drag and drop here, and then what it will ask is indicate element inside browser. Okay, so make sure that your browser is open. So this is my browser and this is open here. So I'll be keeping it behind this one, and I'll be indicating the element inside browser. So this is the element which I want to indicate if it's present in this screen or not. Means when I come to Google, this element is present or not, that I'll be checking. And if it exists or not exist, based on that it will output something. If it exists, it will output true, which is boolean value. If it does not exist, it will output false, which is also boolean value. So I'll be saving that boolean value in a variable called k. Okay, and in that variable k I'll be storing this value, and this value should be the output, so that I can see if that is true or not. So I'll be outputting the value in a message box. So that message whatever I am going to output is k dot toString. K dot toString is the thing what you have to write. Okay, so double click on this one, so it will come k dot toString. Now let's have a look by debugging the file. So the message is true. Okay, so what does that mean is it opened the Chrome and it checked if there is Google or not. Based on that, it was outputted. Okay, so this was about the element exists. Next let's have a look at this one element scope. To know about the element scope, first what does it mean? That also I'll tell you while doing the execution itself. Okay, first let's add element scope here. Okay, now element scope means what? Whichever element I want to perform the activity upon. Like for example, if I want to use this calculator, okay. So what I'll be doing is I'll be selecting this whole calculator and then I'll be performing the activities on there only. Okay. So let's have a look at that. I'll be indicating on screen what I want to make activity upon. So I'll be selecting this whole thing. Okay. Um. See, when it comes like this, what you have to do is you have to select the whole thing. Okay. Then when you have clicked on this one, then this whole thing is selected, then you can do whatever the activity you want. Now what I want is like just for the um, formal purpose, like to perform some activity so that it makes sense, we'll be doing something. Okay, like we'll be clicking on something, we'll be doing 9. Again I'll add the click activity plus. So if you got the point, you can skip, or else you can wait for some time. It takes time, it's not that fast. So 9 plus 8, and then finally it should also add equal to, so that we can see the result. Okay, done. Let's now run and see. What does mainly element scope does is inside that scope whatever we perform, that can be performed. Okay, this can be done using basic recording also, it's not a big issue, but the element scope restricts to that one. Okay, we cannot do anything beyond that. Okay, that's all. What is about element scope? Let's move on to the next one, which is find children, find element, and find relative element. In find children, what happens is, see, this is the next topic, right? Find children. Okay, in find children, what happens is, let's have a look at that. If you write find children, then we'll be able to drag and drop this into the sequence, and inside find children you have to indicate it on a screen. Okay, so for that you have to open a website and keep it here. So this is the website which I have kept it here. Okay, this is the thing which you will be outputting. Okay, so if you know some HTML, what it does is this is the main parent element. Inside that, these are the children elements, right? So that's what we'll be specifying here. Okay, we'll be specifying first the parent element. So we'll indicate it on a screen, and we'll be selecting this whole thing, this full green thing. What is there, right? This is the parent element, and inside the parent element, we'll be accessing each one one by one. Okay, so for that, what we'll be doing is, firstly, we'll be writing a for each loop, because each time we have to access one element. Okay, so we'll be adding a for each loop here, and inside that the current item is already present, and this has to be from a set of elements. What is a set of elements? This is fetching a set of elements that is getting stored in this one. Okay, so we'll create a variable called L, and inside that L it will be stored. Okay, and we have to enter the same element here, which is L. Okay, so from L the current item should you know it should take what are the elements in L. Okay, after it takes, what we'll be doing is we can't just directly output it. It will not look as we expect it to look. So firstly we have to get the text. Okay, when we click on get the text, that target has to be element which I'm getting as current item. Okay, current item is the element which I'm getting, and that has to be stored, and that will be converted to a string value. So a string value I'll indicate it as I. Inside I it will be stored whatever the string value is, and then I'll be adding a message box. Message box, it will be outputting whatever the value of I is. Okay, so here I'll be outputting I. Okay, done. So let's have a look at this file. So it will output some random stuffs, but it will be like, you will get the point. Okay, so don't worry about what stuffs it's outputting. I'll be explaining you why it's outputting in that way, but you'll get the point. See, first what it outputted, search input, and these things outputted, right? How why it outputted? Because the first element is search. Okay, let's click on OK. We'll be seeing two, three things. Then we'll be exiting this one. This is the next thing. Means this one, how to. Okay, how to element is getting shown in this one. Okay, then next one here, nothing is there, right? So that is getting shown. So like that, some random stuff is getting, but you got the point, right? This is the parent element. Inside that, what are the children elements that is getting shown one by one. Okay, so that's all what is about this one, find children. Let's move to the next one, which is find element. What is find element is, we'll be just finding if that element is present or not. Okay, so some things might look similar to you before also we have done, but that's what it is. It will be used in different contexts, so they have used different things. Since these are very simple examples, it will obviously look like we have already done these things. Okay, now let's have a look at this one, find element. So we'll be dragging and dropping this find element here, and also we'll be outputting if we have found that element in a message box. Okay, so let's add a message box also here, and after that we have to indicate this on a screen. Let's indicate this on a screen. Firstly, only open the calculator and keep it as such, and when you have indicated that on a screen, that output should be stored in some variable, and that variable what I'll be creating is, I'll be creating another variable called O. Okay, so that O will be having the value of what I'm trying to output, and it will be like O dot. There's an interesting element here which is like this. These are different libraries. Okay, we have an interesting library called as get friendly name. Okay, so it will output what is the name of what I have opened, which window. So we'll be using this one and trying to execute it. Okay, let's have a look at this one. See, the output is window calculator. Okay, that's what about the find element. Let's have a look at find relative element. Find relative element is also similar to find element itself, just that we'll be finding an element which is near to it. Okay, so firstly what we'll be doing, firstly you have to find an element, then we'll be finding an element relative to it. Okay, so find an element, when I click on this one, what should happen is it should take me to notepad. See, I'll be opening a notepad and keeping here. Then I'll be putting the screen, and then I'll be telling indicate on screen. Okay, so this is my element. Edit is my element which I'll be clicking. Okay, beside edit, what you can see is format and file. So if I want, I have to select relative to edit, means I can select file or I can select format. Okay, you got the point, right? So that's what I'll be selecting. Next, what I'll be writing is find relative element. Now, when I have selected this element, that has to be stored somewhere. Where it will be stored, that variable I'll be creating. I'll be creating a variable called as found found element. Okay, found E, like that, and variable I'll be creating, and found E will be having edit. Now find relative element is coming here. In find relative element, to which element I have to find relative to which element I am finding relative to, I'm finding found E. Okay, found E is nothing but edit. Relative to edit only I'm finding, right? See, this is the element, find element. Okay, find relative means what? Relative to edit I'm finding. So this is the input I'm giving. Relative to which? Relative to this one. Okay, relative to this one I am finding what is there, and how much relative. It is 20 units apart. Okay, 20 units in the x direction. So I'll be writing here 20. Okay, that is a standard value. Between the two options there will be 20 units. So edits 20 units in the right side is format, and the 20 units in the left part is file. Okay, so that's all what is there. The element is also found here. Now when this element is found, which is the format, that has to be stored somewhere. So that the output of this one will be here. It will be found re. Okay, re means relative element. So in re it will be stored, and when we have got that element, we'll be clicking on it. Okay, clicking on that means it will click on format and it will show the output. Okay, so I'll be drag and drop click here. In the click, it will indicate on screen. What it should indicate on screen? It should indicate the element on screen. Okay, what is the element? Which is, it should be clicking. It should be clicking found re. Okay, it should click found re. Now let's have a look at this one, which is by using the run file. So what it will do is it will find first that edit, and then it will go to the relative side here, and then it will click on format. Okay, my cursor is here, I'm not doing anything. It will have to do automatically. Okay, it has done automatically. Format, it has clicked. Okay, that is what about the find relative element. Okay, we are left with two topics, which is get ancestor and indicate on screen. Okay, so we'll be learning about that. Get ancestor means what? See, I'll be explaining you using an example itself. We'll be typing here get ancestor, and we'll be dragging and dropping here, and whose ancestor we are getting, just click on indicate on screen, then it will open this one. Okay, now what you have to do is see, I don't want this page, I want to have another page, so I'll be, okay, just wait a second. So I'm in need of this page. Okay, so you have to open this page, the URL is given here, you can go through it. You can open this page here and then you can try it for yourself. Okay, now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to select an element here whose ancestor I'm trying to find out. So if I select guava here, and guava is selected here, and its ancestor will be stored in the output part here. So I'll be creating a variable to store this one. Control K J, let J be the variable where I'm storing its ancestor. Okay, then what I'll be doing, I'll be using the message box to output it. What is its ancestor, I want to know, right? So obviously I'll be outputting it. So I'll be writing it here, and J is the place where it is stored. So I'll be not outputting J, but in fact I'll be outputting J dot get friendly name, as in the previous topic also we did. Get friendly name will give us understandable name, otherwise it will give some syntax which is of no use. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. Guava is nothing but select list, right? And we are selecting from a list. If you remember HTML, to get this one in the HTML, what we do is we'll be adding a select tag. Inside that we'll be writing the list elements. So this is only the list elements, and its parent or the ancestor is the select list. So that's all what we'll be seeing now. It should output select. Okay, so let's have a look. That will be its ancestor. This is the ancestor. Okay, because this is present in the list select, right? Here only you can see the guava is here, nothing is here. Its parent is what? Its parent is nothing but select, right? So this is getting selected. I mean this part. Okay, so that's all about the get ancestor. Moving on, we have the last topic, which is indicate on screen. Okay, so indicate on screen is very simple topic. So in indicate on screen, what we will be doing is we'll be removing this one. During the execution, we'll be indicating on screen. Okay, see here, if I don't include this one, remove information screenshot, and it will ask me indicate on screen before execution. This is not executing as of now. Before execution, I'm able to select on screen, right? This is called as normal select on screen. If I use the indicate on screen, a separate option is only there. What it will do is during the execution, after I click on this one, then I will be able to indicate on screen. Okay, so let's have a quick visualization of that. Indicate on screen, if I just drag and drop here, I'll be able to indicate on screen during the runtime. Okay, so see here, if I just execute this much, it will start running and it will give me the options what I have to indicate on screen. Okay, actually I had to add another thing to tell you what I am trying to select, but anyways, the point you'll get here. If I added a message box inside that, I'll output what I have selected. It will output the name, then you'll be confirmed. But since there is shortage of time, you just understand what's the concept here. I'll be indicating something on screen. Now I have the choice. During the execution, I'm able to indicate something on screen. So let it execute. See, now I'm able to indicate on screen. This is during the runtime. Okay, that's the only difference. And I'll be selecting something. Okay, that's all. The program will end. I can do anything with it if I add some more features after that. Okay, so that's all. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.